restorative class here for you. If you have a bolster like props, blocks, or block like props, and blankets or towels, you can go ahead and pause and go grab those. Otherwise, I'll meet you on your mat. We're going to jump in right away and just start in child's pose. Knees wide, grand toes together. Option to have a towel or blanket between your thighs and calves. If you're feeling like you need extra support under the sits bones. Option to have an incline like this, a bolster just propped up on blocks or maybe a folded quilt or blanket on top of a pillow or some hard back books. Otherwise, if you'd like to take child's pose just with a bolster or flat on your mat, you're welcome to do that too. Just walk the hands up the prop if you're using one. You can even hug it, almost like a comfort object, and get really cozy, resting your third eye on the mat or the block or the prop, or turning one temple down or the other. And right away, we begin to notice the breath. Where is the breath landing in your body? Is it getting stuck? Does it feel jagged? How does it feel, your breath? Does it have a temperature or a color? Just notice. And then start to expand your awareness from the inside out, from your breath into the physical body. Is there something in your body that you notice right away? Now, this doesn't have to be bad or good or anything in between. Can it just be? Tension, tightness, excitement, lightness, buzzing, stress. Are you feeling a physical emotion? Are you feeling a physical sensation? And just allow it to be okay. Just notice. And we're halfway through. So if you have one temple down, I invite you to turn the opposite temple down to get the same stretching in the second half of your body. If you feel like you're having difficulty and your third eye is down breathing, maybe placing a towel or blanket under the eyebrows. And then bringing your awareness expanding it even further, maybe a foot or two or three outside of your body. What are you feeling, hearing, seeing outside? And can you let it fade away? Just dissolve everything outside of your mat, outside of the present moment. Can you let it go, if only for now? And then maybe take the next few breaths to set an intention for your class. Maybe 4 or 5 breaths to really focus on what you would like to call in or let go of. A short phrase or a word, an intention. And then choose an inhale to slowly roll your vertebra one at a time, stacking them, coming so that your shoulders are over your hips. You can leave your head lower if you'd like. And if you're using props, we'll dismantle them a little bit and just push them off to the side. Maybe have a blanket handy if you'd like. And we're going to lower down prone on the mat for half frog. So you can have your hands underneath your forehead as a little pillow, or you can have a blanket as a pillow for your forehead to allow space to breathe. Your first leg, the first side, the knee will be shooting out directly from the hip, and then the ankle will be directly below your knee, kind of like you'd be sitting in a chair. If you have sensitive knees and need extra cushion, you can roll your mat or place a small blanket or pillow underneath the knee. That will also intensify the stretch. So if you're looking for a little bit more here, you can really get your knee and ankle up. Otherwise, soften the upper body down and allow the third eye to rest, softening the ribs, the belly, softening the hips, the whole pelvic bowl, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the lower back. And if this 90-90 is too intense for you with your knees and ankles, and your foot is also flexed, you can always bring your knee lower than your hip. And in every single posture tonight, we really want to be as comfortable as possible, as relaxed as possible. So find that space for you. Even if your physical shape looks different than mine, always honoring your body, honoring where you are today in this moment and meeting yourself where you are with grace, acceptance. Can you let go in the shoulders and the neck? And just rest here, perhaps focusing on making your exhales just a tiny bit longer than your inhale. So maybe your exhale is a count or two longer than your inhale. Calming the nervous system, slowing the heart, easing the mind. And just breathe. When you're ready, slowly lengthen that first leg back behind you, just dragging it so that both feet come near one another. And you can shift the hips left to right, or if it suits you, you can come to hands and knees and just gently rock and sway, letting that stretch go. Just an option. Otherwise, we'll take the same setup for the second side. Knee coming out directly from the hip, if you can, perpendicular to the body. The ankle, shin bone straight up and down, directly underneath the knee, flexing whichever foot you have bent. And then relaxing your upper body, allowing it to be completely supported by the mat beneath you, or props if you're using them, maybe even your hands. And you don't have to have this active flex in your bent foot. You can just bring the toes up and then relax. And for the next few minutes or so, I offer that you simply focus your mind without too much strain or effort on your abdomen, your belly rising and falling with your inhales and exhales. Just noticing that the belly expands and becomes full and pushes maybe even your rib cage away on your inhales. And just noticing that as you exhale, the rib cage falls closer to the floor. The belly pulls up away from the floor. And maybe even your pelvic floor is engaged with a full exhale. Just notice. And when you're ready, slowly bringing both feet near one another by lengthening the bent leg. And maybe taking a few breaths for yourself to give your body what it needs. If you need to shake out your hips, either prone or in quadruped on hands and knees. And then when you're ready, take all the time you need. Just go ahead and push up onto all fours. And we're going to grab the props once again. This time, taking your bolster or blanket or props that are comparable and placing them up on an incline if you'd like. They don't have to be, like your quilt or your bolster can be flat on the mat. We'll just scooch our sits bones up towards the props that we're using and lay supine on the back. You can bring a towel or pillow or blanket for underneath your head if you feel any strain in your neck at all. Just an option. Knees will be up towards the ceiling, feet planted in the mat. And we're just going to cross our legs for cow face legs, but supported. So left leg can come over to the right side. Right leg comes high up and over the left. And you will bring your feet as far away or as close to your sits bones as you need to feel supported in this posture. And then for the arms, we're going to give ourselves a giant squeezy hug. So if your right leg is on top, we'll bring the left arm underneath the right arm. So the right arm will be on top and the right leg will be on top. And we'll wrap the arms around ourselves and grab either from the fronts of the shoulders, the sides, maybe even the shoulder blades, like cupping the scapula if you can, maybe not. You just grab for where you can reach with no straining. And then check in with your lower back. Do you feel any pinching, arching, straining there? And how can you adjust to allow it to settle and be really relaxed? You can go ahead and close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. And allow your breath to travel all the way down your body in to your heavy legs. Maybe wiggling your toes, shaking your ankles, making sure you're relaxed. A jaw can come left to right, or maybe a soft smile on your face. Relaxing your wrists. The space between your brows is soft. And just breathe. The breath washing up and down your legs. Continuing to bring your breath deep into your body. And let your exhales be full. We'll take 2 more breaths in this posture. On your second exhale, releasing your hands, releasing your legs one by one, rocking side to side if you feel your body calling you to do so. And taking the right leg over to the left side of your props, left leg high, up and over. And then completely resting the weight of your legs on your props. Checking in with your hips, checking in with your low back, making sure we're not arching, but completely relaxed. Then right arm comes underneath the left arm this time, left arm closest to your chin. Just see where your hands naturally rest as you cross your arms, and let that be perfect for you right now. And when you get nice and cozy, feel the props and the mat beneath you. Notice the place where your body is touching your support. Maybe your shoulders, maybe your tailbone, maybe the outside or inside of one leg, the back of your head, the points on your feet. Where are you being supported? Then shifting your awareness to the spaces between you, your physical body, and your props, the mat, the earth beneath you. Are there spaces that don't touch, gaps? Like maybe parts of your feet, parts of your legs, the natural curve in your lower spine, parts of your hands, your neck. What are the spaces between you and your support? And on your next exhale, letting go of the bind in your arms, letting go of the bind in your legs. Maybe adjusting your hips or your shoulders, just claiming a few breaths for yourself to take what you need. We're slowly going to swing our upper body up so that our head can be where our feet were. Stacking both knees on one side of the prop so that the hip, in my case, the right hip will come flush with the prop. Your knees can be stacked. You can have eagle legs, or you can alternate or stagger your legs. And we'll take a nice big inhale to kind of twist the shoulders, our chest, towards the prop the best we can. We're slowly just going to walk the hands up the prop for a twist. Once again, just as we started, maybe hugging your prop with supportive comfort. And then either the most relaxing would be to take the gaze towards your knees. The most intense twist would be to take the gaze away from your knees. And determining what is really the best for you in this moment, not what you did yesterday, not what you wish you could do, but what is the best shape for your body in this moment. And go ahead and play if you don't know. Figure it out, try on a few different things. And of course, you can always close your eyes. Find your breath. And see if there's anything present for you emotionally, physically, spiritually that you need to release. These twists are the perfect physical posture for letting go, setting down, releasing. Are you carrying something that is not yours to carry? Are you carrying something that has met its expiration date? It's no longer yours to carry. See if you can let it go, if even just a little bit. Nice big exhales, open mouth, heavy jaw if you need it. When you're ready, slowly lift your upper body off the prop. Come on to hands and knees. Maybe briefly shimmying or shaking out the twist if you need it. Just taking advantage of the space in between the transition. And then dropping the opposite hip towards your prop. Bringing your knees to where you think they'd feel comfortable. Inhaling to lengthen your crown towards the sky before twisting towards your prop. And then slowly walking your way down to get nice and cozy. Finding your twist and coming out of the fold if you need to adjust your legs, just to make sure you're honoring your body. And finding your gaze, fixing your gaze in the direction most suited for you and your neck. Even if not suited for your ego, what feels really good in the body? Then checking in with your physical space. Is there a physical part of your body where you can send your breath to? Where the breath goes, energy flows. Can you send your breath to those places with loving kindness? Breathing into those spaces. And on the exhales, softening the tension, releasing the tightness, that extra energy you don't need, letting it go. Using your breath as a doorway, as a tool to really soften the body, the physical body. And again, if there's anything emotionally or spiritually you would like to surrender, now is a good time. Now is always a good time. And when you're ready, choose an inhale. Come to rise. Maybe coming to hands and knees if you liked that before. We can always use the transitions on our mat, off our mat. Take advantage of them, learn and grow. And then we'll come to legs up the wall. So if you'd like to stay on your mat with the props you're using, you can just bring your legs up your bolster. If you don't feel like your legs will stay here in this position, you can use a strap, a belt, a soft tie of your robe, and hold your legs together at the thighs or at the shins. You can also scoot your way on over to a couch or a chair and just prop your legs up there. So your legs are up over your hips or even the wall. Once you've chosen where you're going, you can shimmy your sits bones up to the prop, the wall, the piece of furniture, and just kind of swing your legs up. Check in with the fronts of the hips. Check in with the lower back. Are you feeling anything in those places? If so, it might be helpful to scoot just a little bit away from your prop or your support, maybe just a little bit. And then check in with your hamstrings. Are they feeling okay? Are they feeling tight? It may be that you need to just softly micro bend in the knees to make this posture accessible for you. And then option to have your hands on your belly to really help you focus on your breath. Or option to have your hands in this goalpost shape, these cactus arms or candelabra arms, 90-degree bends at the elbow with the palms facing up. This will help really open your airway. And see if you can let your sacrum, your lower spine, be really heavy. Allow your shoulders to become heavy, your scapula, your shoulder blades resting in the mat, your skull, the back of your head resting in the mat. And just really almost kind of treat yourself to this posture. As simple as it seems, you're doing a million different things for yourself here. And I will leave you with intentional silence to mind the time so that you can focus on your journey and just breathe. And then there's an option for you to stay exactly where you are. There are a lot of benefits to this posture, especially for good sleeping. Or you can find your way to final resting pose, Savasana. And you can take that either side lying, supported side lying, traditional corpse pose, waterfall, or you can come in through Queen's Throne here with your back on an incline and something under your knee. If you're not comfortable flat on your back, but you'd like an alternative, you can always bend in the knees for Supta Baddha Konasana, either flat on your back or on your incline, or knees towards the ceiling. Tonight, choose your very favorite. Let go of any strain or control you have on your breath. And again, treat yourself to the stillness. I will read a meditation called Be Present for Yourself by Melody Beatty. First, let go of your breath. Let it return to its natural cycle, its natural rhythms. Let go of your intention for class. Trust that it is coming. Just let go. Be present for yourself. Learn to be present for yourself, fully present in a way that's new and delightful. Be present for your thoughts and emotions. Be present for the gentle way in which your heart and body lead you on. Learn to be fully present for each step of your growth, each step of your journey. Value yourself, who you are, what you think and feel, and how you grow. For many years, you neglected yourself. It was as though you were unconscious of who you were, how you felt, what you believed. You believed that kept you safe. It protected you from your feelings that you didn't want to feel. You believed it's how you should live. Now you're learning a different way. Survival is no longer enough. It does not meet the needs of your heart and your soul. Now, what you want to live fully and joyfully. To do that, you must be present for yourself. Be fully present for others too. Be present for their spirits, their emotions, the words they have to say to you, but especially be present for their hearts. You no longer have to fear losing or neglecting yourself if you are present for others. You can do this safely now. You will not be consumed by their needs. You will not become trapped in the workings of their lives. And if you're present for yourself, you'll know how much present to give to others. Be present for life, for the starlit skies and the chirping birds that sing to the morning sun. Be present for the earth and grass under your feet, for the feel of a snowflake in your hand. Be present for all the magic and mysteries of the universe. But most of all, be present for yourself. Then your presence for others and life will naturally follow. Inhale. Bring awareness and movement back to your physical body. Take the next minute or so to allow your body to gently, gracefully, kindly, and slowly come to a seated position. Trust your body to get you there. And maybe notice how you naturally move. We'll meet with our hands at heart center, thumbs resting on the sternum, chin back and slightly down, crown shining. Your practice and your presence is an honor. And until we meet again, I offer you peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.